Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all. Like, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. I snap. Man, forget this lame job, man. I walked out, went back to the building, man. I walked in the park, everybody was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, nothing, man. Went up the steps like this. Hey, open my door. Nigga let me in this world. I'm straight sound in bed. My roommate said, good, man. I said, man, they just fired me, bro. He said, what? I said, bro, they just fired me, man. They just fired me from the jump, man. He was like, man, go ahead, man. I said, bro, they just fired me, man. He said, man, Miss S knew they was firing you? I said, bro, she was in the office with dude when I was coming in. I said, the black dude fired me, man. He was like, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, but I told you, relax in that jump, man. What happened, man? What happened, man? Because you came back here yesterday, man. So what happened? I'm like, man, shh. I said, me and dude got to arguing in the joint. He said, man, you got to arguing with dude in the joint? He said, man. He said, man, I told you, man, don't do that, man. I'm telling you. I was like, man, shh. Man, dude had me angry, bro. I was like, man, dude brought the maniac out me, bro. I was ready to attack him in the medical jail, bro. He was like, man, you wildin', Weezy, man. You wildin'. I was like, man, I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear that, man. I was like, man, for real though, man, I respect your opinion, man. But I was like, man, dude too disrespectful, man. I ain't feeling dude too disrespectful, man. So I'm like, that junk crazy, man. So like, he just was like, see my roommate. So I guess my roommate saw in my eyes that I was in demon time, man. I was in demon time around this time. He saw it, I know, because he said this. He said, man, you gotta do you, Weezy, man. You gotta do you, bro. But like, I'm telling you, man, you need to chill. I was like, man, I just went on and blocked him out because I wasn't even trying to hear it no more, man. When I'm in demon time, man, I'm thinking about demon things, man. I'm thinking about demon things, man. And like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna catch dude, man. I'm gonna catch him. He don't think I know how to catch him, man. I don't want to catch him in medical. I don't want to do all of that. I'm gonna catch him though, man. I was like, man, I'm gonna figure out how to catch him. That's what I'm gonna do, man. So I'm like, jump crazy. So I'm like, this jump crazy. So now that I don't got the job no more. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get back in school just so I can still have access to that joint over there. They got me on hold talking about the school is full. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy right here. So I'm just trying to deal with it. I'm waiting on dinner for they can call pill call. So when they call pill call, I was gone. I saw the hedgehog around the corner. This word, we get over there by the pill call joint. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for everybody like I usually do. But then when I look, I seen dude lingering around. I seen the dude Reese, he was lingering. You know what I mean? He was lingering. He on the other side of the yard, but he be on the outside because he work on the outside. So I see him lingering. He like, he look at me, this is my word. He look at me and they're like this. He said, turned his head and said, I said, this word. I walk into the jump. And that's was like, I was like, what? What you mean to do? What you do that for? She was like, cuz you messed up the job. I said, how I mess up the job? And she said, because like you was loud, you was screaming on the dude Reese. You know, he been working here for years. Like you snapped on him. Other nurses heard it. Like the people had to really do their job after that, right? You made people have to really do their job after that. I said, what you mean by that? She said, I mean that they came and asked us, do we still want you to work in there? So I said, what you say? She was like, I mean, I was worried about you getting in trouble, so I told him I didn't want you in here no more. I was like, you did? She was like, yeah. I said, what did everybody else say? What the lady at the front desk say? She said the same thing. I was like, oh, so y'all just all teamed up on me, huh? For that lame, man. That's what y'all did. She was like, White, look, calm down. I was like, I'm calm. You telling me calm down, man? Like, dude just tricked me out of my spot. She said, no, he didn't. Reese didn't trick you out of the spot. You trick yourself out of your spot, White. And I ain't never heard Miss S talk like that. Like, she got kind of loud. I was like, Miss S, man, that's crazy, man. She said, no, because you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself, White. I got you the job and you blew it. You didn't even have it for a week. I was like everything she was saying was right. Everything she was saying was right, man. But when you mad in penitentiary, man, ain't nothing nobody can tell you, man. So boom. So I'm just standing there, just taking the beating, the verbal beating. So I'm just standing there taking the verbal beating. I'm like, she said, so you need to check yourself, White. That's what you need to do. So I said, so what? You ain't talking to me no more? So me and you ain't like that no more. That's what you saying? We ain't on it like that. She was like, man, look, White, I ain't on it like that with nobody. I ain't on it like that with nobody. Me and you just cool. Just like I'm cool with him. Everybody think that it's this and that. Nah, it ain't that or that. I'm like, man. She was like, because I already know your motive, White. I already know what you probably trying to do. You trying to get me to bring some stuff in here. And she's like, you know what? Like, it don't work like that, White. It don't work. It ain't as easy as you think. You think I'm easy like them officers that be working in here? No, I'm not. I'm not, White. I have much more to lose. These little young girls they be hiring in here. So I'm just letting her go. She just blacking out on me. And I'm letting her snap because I already knew that I was to blame. I was wrong for this. Like, you know, like I'm the type of dude, man, like even when I'm mad, I would know that I'm still responsible. Like, I'm like, bro, this is your fault. But I'm still mad. So I'm just, I'm giving her the respect because I don't want to snap on her. And she just going in on me. She's going in on me. So I was like, man, you know what, Ms. S? I was like, man, look, we ain't got to talk no more, man. You know what I mean? I was like, we ain't got to talk no more, man. But I was like, man, for real, everything was good. So I found out dude was in the picture. I said, once dude came in the picture, I said, what things started happening then? I said, what started happening then? I said, everything started going wrong, right? She was like, well, I mean, you made things go wrong. And when they didn't go wrong because of him or because of me, you made things go wrong. I said, well, let me ask you a real question, though. I said, if all this didn't happen, did I have a real chance with you, man? She was like, I don't want to answer that. I was like, what? She was like, I don't want to answer that. I said, why you don't want to answer that? I said, it's a real question, Ms. S. I want you to be honest with me, man. I want to know everything I was doing, was it for nothing? That's what I want to know. She was like, I mean, you never know what the future held. She said, I didn't know what the future held. And the future showed me that you're someone that loses control fast. So like by you losing control fast, that go to show me you can't never deal with somebody that's a nurse. She was like, maybe one of those little young girls that be working y'all buildings, y'all can be wild and fight and yell and do all of that. She was like, but everybody over in this building, we're classy. And we have families and we're not trying to jeopardize that for nobody. Yeah, granted, we're cool and we'll talk to you, but we're not jeopardizing nothing like that. I was like, I'm just listening to her like, man, I was like, man, all right, man. You know what I mean? I was like, it's cool though. It's cool. She was like, well, all right, White, like, I'm gonna still speak to you. Like, she was basically dumping me, man. Like, she was like, White, well, I'll still speak to you, but like, but I just think that, like, you should chill on coming over there when you be in school. I was like, I can't even get back in school now because I quit school when I got the job. She was like, well, I mean, like I say, like, you should just try to chill. We see each other here. Like, I'll still speak to you, but like, that's where I draw the line in the sand, White. I was like, man, all right, man, you got that, Ms. S. You got that, Ms. S, man. I just walked away, y'all. So boom. I was mad, man. That's my word. I walked away. I got up the hill a little bit. I looked back. When I looked back, I seen the dude reset the booth joint. He was like, he was talking to her. This is where I turned around. I was like, this word I growled out of me. I was like, man, this maniac, man. This word I go back in the building, man. I'm sick. I'm mad and I'm sick, man. I'm mad that I messed up an opportunity that I didn't know what could be the future on, man. Like, I didn't know what it was gonna bring. Like, I probably could have got her, man. I just was so, I let my maniac come out, man. I let the Sussex 2 come out, man. Like, I was hiding this for a while, but it was like, I just couldn't hold it no more, y'all. I was on maniac time, man. And like, once I sat back and thought about it, I didn't even want to talk to my roommate about what just happened. I didn't even want to, even though I knew he knew that something had just happened because I came back in the joint, man. I just got straight in the bed. I went and got straight in the bed, y'all. I was sick. I went and laid my butt down, man. That's my word. I'm in the bed, man, all day. You got dudes coming to the door. Hey, Weezy. Hey, Weezy, what's up, man? You ain't coming out. I'm like, nah, bro, not right now, bro. Dude's like, you ain't coming out, man. You ain't going outside? I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't going. They like, what's good? I'm like, man, ain't nothing, man. I mean, I'm just letting it go. Like, everybody didn't even know this was going on. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm just in the jump, just really smacking myself in the face, man. Because I'm like, yo, bro, you did this. You really did this, man. Like, you messed up. You had her, and you let your feelings get involved. and you fumble, bro. Like, if for real, this is why in the future I didn't talk to no women. I let other people handle that, and I play the middleman and get the pack. Like, that's what I was doing, man. But like, I was in my feelings, y'all. I'm in the bed, just like laying down to my back hurt, man. I'll sit up, man, and watch the TV, man. And like my roommate come in, man. He was like, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good, man." So like the first 2 days of him asking me I was all right, he knew I wasn't all right because I wasn't going to pill call, and I didn't care about going to pill call because I didn't need the medicine. You know what I mean? I never took the medicine when I went there. So I'm just in the bed. He like, yo, he come in the room one day. He was like, "Hey, man, what's wrong, bro?" He like, "Come on, bro. You acting like, bro, like you got a cold or something, bro. You in the cell. You ain't going nowhere, bro. What's going on, bro?" I'm like, "Ain't nothing, man." He was like, he looked at me. He was like, "Ain't nothing." I'm like, "Bro, ain't nothing, man." He was like, "Nah, Miss S cut you off." I was like, "How you say that?" He was like, "Why I say that?" "I'm saying that because you ain't been to medical. I ain't seen you go to pill call. So something got to be wrong." I'm like, "Man, go ahead, man." He was like, "No, I'm serious, man. Like, what happened, bro?" I'm like, shh. So I run down everything, man. I needed to vent about it anyway. You know what I mean? I run everything down, and bro was like, "See, bro, like that junk crazy. Like, you got out of that junk." I was like, "Nah, bro." Like, I said, "Man, dude came in the junk, man, and like just messed everything up." He's like, "He been working there before you." I was like, "I didn't know." The whole time talking to her, I didn't know he worked there, man. He was like, "Man, shh. You gotta let it go, Weezy, man." He was like, "Let it go, bro." Like, you know what I mean? I was like, "Bro, but I had it, bro. I was right there. I was in the jump. I had the job, bro." I said, "Man, I was right there, bro. I know I had her, bro." He was like, "Yeah, the key words you said, you had her, bro." He was like, "It's a wrap now, bro. You lost, bro." I was like, I just had to deal with it, man. You know, I vented about it, talked to my roommate about it, and I had to accept what was going on. You know what I mean? I had to accept what was going on, man. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, the more and more I thought about it, and the more and more I accepted what was going on, the more and more I wanted to beat Reese up, y'all. So boom. So that's all that was on my mind, man. Because like in prison, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, you can be thinking straight on this side, but the devil will be on this side, man. And like, I'm really like contemplating. I'm really kind of like battling. Should I put hands on this dude, man? Now, it's lame to do it. It's definitely lame to do it because I really don't have a reason except for me and him got to arguing in the medical. But at the same time, though, man, it'll look like hate. It's gonna look like hate on my behalf. But I didn't care about that, man. I didn't care about the job, man. So my other homeboy, man, from Petersburg, man, I rock with him. So I'm talking to him one day, and he be back and forth moving around. He be doing a lot. He had just got kicked out of the honor pod where he was doing what he wanted. So now they put him in honor pod. So I'm in the joint, man. He see that I'm looking crazy one day, and I tell him, man, like, for real, I vented about that again. So I let him know the count. So he was like, "Man, I know dude, man." I was like, "What's up with dude?" He was like, "Man, he be in the gym. He be in the gym every night." He was like, "You know, he be in that gym every night. Every night." I was like, "He be in the gym every night?" He was like, "Yeah, he in that gym every night." He said, "You know, 80 building is walking distance." Our jump was close to the gym too, but 80 building was like right there to the gym. He was like, "Man, look, he in the gym every day. He in the gym every day at night, man." I was like, "Real master, man, can you get me in the gym, man, when you go tomorrow night?" He was like, "Yeah, I can get you in there. You trying to go?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to go." He was like, "All right." He said, "Hold on. What you going in to do, Weezy?" I was like, "Man, I ain't going to do nothing, man. I ain't going to do nothing, man." He was like, "Man, man, I don't care. I don't rock with dude like that. I was just making sure I knew what was going on if I don't be walking in nothing in the blind." I'm like, "Nah, you ain't gonna be in nothing in the blind." I was like, "But I really want to go check dude's temperature though, man." He was like, "Man, you are a maniac, Weezy, man." I was like, "Nah, bro, I just really want to see what's going on." You know what I mean? It ain't nothing like that, but I want to see, like, for real, do he got some rage in his heart towards me, man? He was like, "Man, I feel that, man. So tomorrow we unlock." I'm like, "All right, it's a bet, y'all." So boom. So when the next day came, man, the nighttime came, man, everybody seen me, man. I was coming down the steps, man. I had my Nikes tied tight. I had my sweatpants on. I had an old t-shirt. I came down the steps like bad dudes. I got down the steps. Bro seen me. He was like, bro from Petersburg seen me. He was like, he looked down. He was like, "Weezy, you crazy, man?" I was like, "Nah, bro. You know, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm trying to laugh it off. I'm chilling with the whole time. I'm like, this in my mind. I'm mad, y'all." I'm like, "Man, this man hated on me. I know he hated on me." I was like, he probably was the one that went and told them people get rid of me. That's probably was him. You know what I mean? He had to have his hand in this. He had to have his hand in this. And he done messed up and now he ain't got Miss S no more. I was like, "Nah, me and him gotta talk." Me and him gotta talk, but just in case it get hectic, like how he was talking when I was in medical, this time I'm ready. And this time, I'm taking off first, y'all. That's a lot. So boom. That's what I was telling myself, man. So go to the gym. Go to the gym. I'm out. They got 2 courts in the gym. Outside got a gym, then it's a hallway. You can get to the north side part of the gym. They have a gym, but it's 2 gyms in one. So I walked to the first gym, looked around, I ain't seen him, you know what I mean? I ran into my other homeboy. He was like, what's up, Weezy? He was a 70 builder. I was good. I was like, ain't nothing. He's like, what you about to ball? I was like, play no ball, baby. I hit him with the paid in full, John. Play no ball, baby. He was like, man, you dressed like you about to hoop. What you about to do then? I was like, he was like, what you about to fight? I was like, man, I'm about to check somebody's temperature and see what's going on in this jank. He was like, who? I was like, man, dude, Reese from 80 building. He was like, Reese. He was like, oh, he on the other side. I said, oh, he on the other side. He was like, yeah. I said, bro, what's up with him, bro? Like, what he be doing over there, bro? Make sure I know what's going on if I go over there. He was like, I mean, he be chilling, he working medical. You know, he don't be making no noise or nothing like that. You know what I mean? He was like, at one point, he was selling cell phones. I was like, for real, man? He was like, yeah. He was like, but, you know, he be chilling, though. I'm like, all right, but I'm about to go see what's going on. He was like, all right, come on, let's go. So we walked over the jump. We walked through the hallway. As soon as we get to the other side, I looked up. They was playing 4-on-4 on this half court. There was some other dudes balling on that court. So I walked, they balling. You know what I mean? I see him like, he go around, get ready to shoot. He made the shot. When he back up, he go check the ball up. That's what made him look to the left. He looked to the left. He saw me. I was standing on the wall like this. I'm like, he was like, check ball. He kept on balling, you know what I mean? So he kept on hooping for a minute. As soon as the game was over with, I was like, hey, look, tell bro I need to holler at him real quick, man. Tell him to come back here to the bathroom, John, bro. You know what I mean? So they had a bathroom like right at the back, like on the end of the wall, like right in the corner. It's a bathroom. They got a bathroom on both sides, right there in the corner part. So I was like, man, tell him to come to the bathroom, man. You know what I mean? So my homeboy pulled up on him. He was over there getting some water at the water fountain. My homeboy was like, hey, look. He wouldn't say like, oh, Weezy said come to the bathroom, he's trying to holler at you. So I seen him, he was like, he looked up, he was like, he shook his head, he was like, he started coming back towards the bathroom. So he came back towards the bathroom. As soon as he came in that joint, I was in ready mode, y'all. I was like, yo, hey, look. I said, what's up, man? You got a problem with me or something, man? What's up? You got a problem with me or something, man? What's good? He was like, what's good? I was like, yeah, what, you got a problem with me? I said, man, because apparently, bro, like, you got me kicked out the medical jank, like, bro, all that shit, bro. I said, you must have a problem with me, bro. He was like, I ain't got no problem with you. I said, bro, listen, you got to have a problem with me, bro. You got to have a problem. He was like, man, look. He was trying to explain, so he was like, man, look, I ain't got no problem with you, man. It ain't no problem. As he kept getting closer, like, the devil was just telling me, swing on this nigga. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, y'all, but this is what my bad conscience was saying, y'all. So, boom. I'm standing like this. I'm like, hey, bro, look, bro. So he get closer and closer to gun range. I'm like, hey, look, bro. He came close. I was just like, bah! Caught his ass. When I caught him, he rushed me. Boom! He rushed me into the wall. When I ducked down, he caught me with an uppercut. I ain't gonna lie. I ducked like this to come out the joint. He said, boom, boom, boom. He started throwing the jump. The uppercut hit me. I come out the jump. I grabbed him. Took him for a ride over here. He way smaller than me. I took him for a ride over here. Boom! So a couple of dudes came to the bathroom. They hear the noise. They're like, hey, y'all go ahead. Y'all keep going to see you on the other side. So me and him get off the jump. Like, what's up, nigga? What's good? What's up, nigga? Nigga swung some shot, duck, boom, boom, boom. Went back at his ass. Me and that nigga knocking. Me and that nigga dumping, man. And I don't even know what the fuck the beef is about for real, y'all. So boom. Me and him rumbling, man. I promise you, me and bro rumble. We rumble. You know what I mean? We rumble. I'm like, man, this shit crazy as a bitch. So they were like, yo, the lady coming, bro. So I get up out the jump. You know what I mean? He go his way, I go my way. Because I already know bro was scared that he was going to lose his fucking job. You know what I mean? He was already scared he was going to lose his fucking job, man. So I'm like, man, this shit crazy. So I get out. I slide to the other side of the jump. So I went over that jump, I was breathing hard as a bitch. Bro from Pittsburgh seen me. He was over there balling. He was like, he looked at me, he said, Weezy, your ass crazy, man. You fought that man? I was like, man, fuck that nigga, man. Fuck that nigga. That nigga got down, gave me a little. I was like, man, fuck that nigga, man. This is my word. I had like a little scratch right here, and my chin was hurting like a bitch. My word, y'all, pause. Like my chin was hurting like a mother. That nigga uppercut the fuck out me and my chin. I was like this. I was like, you know how you can still feel the. I'm still feeling that shit. That shit stinging like a bitch right there. I'm like, man, fuck that nigga, man. Man, fuck that nigga, man. I'm trying to catch my breath. Nigga was like, man, y'all niggas crazy, man. So the door opened up to leave. I get out the joint. This word, I get out the joint, I go back to the pod. As soon as I go back in the pod, I run up the steps. I get in the cell. As soon as I go in the cell, my cellie at the sink. He look at me. He see my face. He like, and he was fighting, man. I was like, man, no matter, bro. He was like, nah, you went and fought that dude, then. I'm like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I said, man, you keep trying to say that nigga. He said, man, I'm trying to save you, Weezy. He said, man, you about to fuck Lawrenceville up, man, all over what? Some pussy you ain't gonna never get. I was like, what? He said, nigga, you heard what I said, nigga? You ain't fucking no nurse, man. He said, you blew that chance. I was like, shh, man, all right, man. You got it, man. Watch out, man. Let me get the sink, man. So he moved out the way. I went to the sink. I was like, shh. Looked at my face. I saw the little junk right there. I was like, shh. Do some water on my shit. Got the tissue. I was like, still bleeding. It went and stopped bleeding, so I just left the tissue right there. So I'm just sitting in my bed like this. He was like, man, you wildin', Weezy, man. You wildin', man. Next thing you know, I knock at the door, come. I look. I'm like, who was that? He was like, it's bro. It was the Petersburg dude. He walked in. He was like, man, Weezy, you tripping, man. He was like, man, was selling down there fighting in the gym, man. I was like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I told her I had to go see what the hell that shit was about. He was like, man, what the fuck was it about though, Weezy, man? God damn, you had to go. I was like, man, fuck that shit, man. He was like, no, I told you I ain't give a fuck, but I didn't think you was gonna do it, bro. I was like, man, my roommate was like, man, this nigga Weezy wildin' lately, man. What the fuck going on, Weezy, man? You acting like you trying to go back to Sussex too? I'm like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I want to fight that nigga again. I want a fucking rematch, man. I'm going 80 building to fight that nigga. Fuck that nigga, man. Nigga was like, man, you wildin', Weezy, man. You tripping, man. I was like, man, shit dumb as a bitch, man. So next day rolled around. The next day rolled around, man. I go to pill call that next day, you know what I mean? My word, I walk in the pill call line. I walk to the jump. So how you doing, Ms. S? She was like, excuse me for a second. She dipped out, and another nurse came. Another nurse came to the jump, the white lady nurse. She came to the jump. She started giving people the medicine. She was like, what's your name? I was like, White. You know what I mean? I'm like, trying to look, see what Miss S went at. Miss S peeled. She left. She was out of there. Ariba Dirty, y'all, so boom. She was gone, man. I was like, man, I get my medicine. As soon as the lady turned around, I threw that joint over my head. I was like this. I went back up the hill. When I got a little bit up the hill, I backed up and looked. Miss S came back to the roof. I was like, come back down the hill, man. I said, man, come back down that jump. I walked to the jump, dude was leaving out. I said, man, Miss S, look, I said, hold on. Before you go, look, I just got one thing. She was like, what, White? I was like, she gave me the look too, like, you better chill if I get your ass locked up. She was like, what, White? I was like, man, look, all I want to say is, man, I apologize for how I was acting. She was like, you apologize? Weren't you in there fighting in the gym yesterday? You think I don't know that, huh? I was like, this pussy ass nigga told it, though. I'm like, man, dude, a lame ass nigga, y'all, so boom. She was like, get away, White, get away now. I was like, man, you got it, man. I left, went back to the pod. I go back to the pod. All type of shit going through my brain, man. I'm feeling lame. I'm feeling like a nigga that just did the fucking wackest shit on Lawrenceville history ever. Like, I'm telling this story, but I promise you, it was a very handful of people. It was only a handful of people that knew about this situation, man. Me, the dude Reese, Miss S, the officer that worked at the desk that in medical, and my roommate, the dude from Petersburg, and a few other dudes, man. Like, nobody else knew that none of this was going on. Nobody knew none of this was going on, man. But like, when you got a situation going on, man, like, I'm thinking straight, but like, for some reason, man, like, she was so beautiful to me, and I was so gone off her, y'all. I started thinking like a fucking asshole, man. And that's why all this was going on, because I was fucking gone off the nurse. Man, shit crazy, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I felt so fucking stupid, man. I felt dumb as a bitch that I run with this nigga, man. I run with the nigga in the gym over a fucking nurse that I didn't even really have. I felt like the lamest nigga in the world, y'all, so boom. So what could I do after that, man? I was like, you know what? I said, man, fuck this shit, man. I said, cause I don't like walking. I'm the type, like, if I fight a nigga in the pod and like, and it ain't resolved that I whooped his ass. Now, if I whooped his ass, I'm gonna watch the fuck out you. You probably can stay in there. But if it be like a tie and we just run with and shit like that, one of us gotta go. So we just gonna keep fighting till one of us leave. So that's how I carry it. I get that tactic from the jail. You're not gonna stay in the jail, trapped in the block with a nigga that y'all done fought. No, one of us gotta go. We fight till one of us gotta go. That's what it is. So I said, man, I don't wanna be walking around the compound, even though I'm being petty again. I know the nigga Reese ain't no threat. I know he ain't no threat, but still though, I don't know how he's feeling. I don't know what he gonna do. I don't want to have to look over my shoulder and the nigga coming to blindside me. I said, man, I'm gonna pull up on this nigga again, man. So I ain't tell nobody what I was doing. And I went out and I snuck out with the school. Now, I'm not even in school. I'm not on the list. I don't have a pass. It's none of that shit. So I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off as far as getting back to the building. But I went out with the school. Man. I got in the jump, man. Walked out. Looked around. Looked in the door of medical. Walked down where the school jump was at, man. I went to the desk right there. When I went to the desk, I looked. I seen a nigga Reese coming around the corner. He was coming around the corner. That nigga spotted me. That nigga said, that nigga wasn't scared. That nigga spotted me. He was like, he wasn't scared at all. This word, and he was like, he started coming. So we going down to the jump. As we get close, he was like, go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. I was like, yeah, gladly. I thought he wanted to fight me. I was like, oh, he want to fight? Yeah, I beat him to the bathroom. He come to the bathroom. He was like, hey, look, man, look. I was like, what's up? He was like, no, look, I ain't fighting no more, man. You think I'm trying to fuck up what I got going on, man? You think I really want to fumble what the fuck I got? I got so much shit going on, you wouldn't even fucking imagine. I was like, man, look, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, bro. I'm just trying to make sure me and you ain't got no problems, and I ain't got to watch my fucking back on this compound. He was like, problems? He said, nigga, we fought one-on-one. And on top of that, nigga, I've been on this compound over 6 years. He said, I'm not fucking this up, bro. You think I'm gonna let you fuck it up? I got a lot of shit going on. I was like, man, look, man. Goddamn, I was down on the bitch, man. You fucked it up, bro. He said, I fucked it up. He said, man, listen, I've been talking to her, man. He said, man, let me tell you something, though, because this is what you don't do. I said, tell me what? He said, man, Miss S ain't bringing shit. She ain't gonna give you nothing but some goddamn advice. That's all she gonna ever give you, man. That's all she gonna ever give you. I'm like, what? He was like, man, she ain't gonna give you nothing but some fucking advice. She's not bringing no la-la. She's not doing shit. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, how the fuck you know? He was like, man, cuz I already tried, nigga, 2 years ago. He was like, cause I already tried last year when she started. Y'all ain't even know she was working cause she never came on the compound like that. She never was in the pill line. She only worked back here. I was like, he was like, man, so look, man, let that shit go, man. Fuck her, man. Try to bag a CO, man. Fuck the nurses. The nurses are for me. You gotta be locked in. He said you had that job and you blew it. I was like, I couldn't even say nothing to the nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, damn, that nigga told me the only thing Miss S was gonna bring me was a vice. That nigga hit me with the low blow. I was like, God damn, man. I was like, yeah, you right, bro. I was like, but at the same time, though, I was just trying to make sure me and you was straight because we wrong. He was like, man, that was the dumbest fight in the fucking world, man. He said we was in the bathroom fighting over what? I said, man, shh. He said, man, you gotta tighten up, man. You gotta tighten up, man. This ain't where you come from? What camp you came from? I was like, Sussex 2. He was like, this ain't Sussex 2, man. This shit Lawrenceville, man. Tighten up, man. I was like, man, you right, man. You know what I mean? Right. I ain't gonna lie, man. This word, man, like, I left out, man. Went back to the building, y'all. I went back to the building, man. I never seen Miss S again like that. And I never really seen Miss S like that no more, man. I just see him, me and him would speak, and I used to be that. The last time I seen Miss S, man, they came in the pod, man, and they was doing the flu shots. And that's when all the nurses would come, majority, and hit block for block. And she came in our jump, man, and I remember they opened my door up, and my roommate went to her, and I went to the other lady, man. I didn't even want to go to her. I could have went to her, but when I sat down, she looked up at me, she was like, and that's all she didn't say shit. That's all she did. Every time she would see me after that, she just would look up, and that'd be that, man. I was be like, man, I fucked up, man, being old sucker for love, gone ass nigga, man. I fucked up with Miss S, man, but like, me and bro ain't had no more problems though, man. You know what I mean? This was a story of me being gone off a damn nurse. I was a fucking maniac, man, but I learned my lesson behind that shit, man. I learned how to move better, and I never was in a predicament like that again. I never was in a predicament like that again. And every time I seen a nigga that I knew about to get into it over a CO or some shit like that, I was always trying to talk him out the shit, man, because the shit ain't worth it. It ain't worth it at all, y'all. I learned a lot from that right there. I learned a lot from that, man. And like, I told myself I was gonna move better, man, from here on out, y'all. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. Y'all already know the count, man. We gotta stay out the way out here, man. We have to, man. We're not trying to go in these jails, man. Don't let these people keep locking us up, y'all. Stay out the way, please. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the Wednesday bonus banger. So what did y'all do this one? Like, share, subscribe, this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people, and stay our ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to